Welcome everyone in the fourth session of the lesson The Happy Prince. So let us continue from where we stopped in the last class. I have come to bid you goodbye, he cried. Swallow, swallow, little swallow, said the prince. Will you not stay with me one night longer? It is winter, answered the swallow, and the snow will soon be here. In Egypt, the sun is warm on the green palm trees. The crocodiles lie in the mud and look lazily about them. So now, when the swallow came to say goodbye, the happy prince requests swallow to remain there for one night more. In the square below, said the happy prince, there stands a little match girl. She has let her matches fall in the gutter, and they are all spoiled. Her father will beat her if she does not bring home some money, and she is crying. She has no shoes nor stockings, and her little head is bare. Bare means no cloth to cover. Pluck out my other eye and give it to her, and her father will not beat her. Now, another request of the happy prince to take another eye and give to the match girl whose match has fallen down in the drain, and this girl was crying. I will stay with you one night longer, said the swallow, but I cannot pluck out your eye. You'd be quite blind then. Swallow, swallow, little swallow, said the prince, do as I command you. So he plucked out the prince's other eye and darted down with it. He swooped past and the match girl and slipped the jewel into the palm of her hand. What a lovely bit of glass! Cried the little girl, and she ran home laughing. So when this little girl got the another eye of the happy prince, she became very happy. Then the swallow came back to the prince. You are blind now, he said, so I will stay with you always. No, little swallow, said the poor prince. You must go away to Egypt. No, I will stay with you always, said the swallow, and he slept at the prince's feet. All the next day he sat on the prince's shoulder and told him stories of what he had seen in different lands. So the swallow, who was a very kind bird, decided to remain with the prince because he has become blind now. Dear little swallow, said the prince, you tell me of the marvelous things, but more marvelous than anything is the suffering of men and women. There is no mystery so great as misery. Fly over my city, little swallow, and tell what you see there. Now, Prince does not like the good stories. He says that I like to know about the suffering and poverty of the people of my city. So he orders Swallow to go in the city and tell what is going in his city. So the swallow flew over the great city and saw the rich making merry in their beautiful houses, while the beggars were sitting at the gates. He flew into the dark lanes and saw the white faces of starving children looking out listlessly at the black streets. So Swallow went through the city and told the happy prince that the rich are very happy and the poor are very sad. Under the archway of the bridge, two little boys were lying in each other's arms to try and keep themselves warm. Then he see two little children, they are sitting under a bridge and holding each other to keep themselves warm. How hungry we are, they said. You must not lie here, shouted the watchman, and they wandered out into the rain. So, poor children, they were sitting under a bridge to protect themselves from rain, and they were hungry also. But one watchman came and he shouted at them, and the poor children went out from there also. Then he flew back and told the prince what he had seen. I am covered with fine gold, said the prince. You must take it off leaf by leaf and give it to the poor. The living always think that gold can make them happy. Now another order of happy prince to take the leaf of gold and give to the poor people. Leaf after leaf of the fine gold the swallow picked off, till the happy prince looked quite dull and grey. Leaf after leaf of the fine gold he brought to the poor, and the children's faces grew rosier. Rosier means happier. And they laughed and played in the street. We have bread now, they cried. So one leaf swallow took from Prince, happy Prince body and gave to the poor people, and they became happy. Then the snow came, and the snow came the frost. The street looked as if they were made of silver. Everybody went about in furs. Furs means warm clothes. And the little boys wore scarlet caps and skated on the ice. So some children were doing skating on the ice. The poor little swallow grew colder and colder, but he would not leave the prince. He loved him too well. He picked up crumbs outside the baker's door when the baker was not looking. So this bird used to take some small bite of food from the baker's doorsteps and tried to keep himself warm by flapping his wings. So cold was increasing and swallow was in problem. But at last he knew that he was going to die. He had just enough strength to fly up to the prince's shoulder once more. Goodbye, dear prince, he murmured. Will you let me kiss your head? I am glad that you are going to Egypt at last, little swallow. The prince thought that he was going to Egypt, but swallow was going to die. Said the prince, you have stayed too long here, but you must kiss me on the lips, for I love you. So the little prince statue says, you kiss me on my lips because you love me so much. It is not to Egypt that I am going, said the swallow. I am going to the house of death. Death is the brother of sleep, is he not? And he kissed the happy prince on the lips and fell down dead at his feet. At that moment, a curious crack sounded inside the statue. The bird died, and the prince's heart, which was made up of lead, cracked, as if something had broken. The fact is that the leaden heart had snapped right in two. It certainly was a dreadfully hard frost. Early the next morning, the mayor was walking in the square below in the company with the town councillors. As they passed the column, he looked up at the statue. Dear me, how shabby! Shabby means untidy. The happy prince looks, he said. So the mayor sees the statue of the happy prince and says, he looks very untidy. How shabby indeed, cried the town councillors. Councillors means ministers, who always agreed with the mayor, and they went up to look at it. The ruby has fallen out of his sword, and his eyes are gone, and he is golden no longer, said the mayor. In fact, he is little better than a beggar. Little better than a beggar, said the town councillor. So now they are comparing the happy prince with a beggar because his eyes were missing, his swords ruby was missing, his gold leaves were missing, and here is actually a dead bird at his feet, continued the mayor. We must really issue a proclamation. Proclamation means order that birds are not to be allowed to die here. So all these things shows that the mayor was a very foolish man. And the town clerk made a note of the suggestion, and all other people were also like him only. So they pulled down the statue of the happy prince, as he is no longer beautiful, he is no longer useful, said the art professor at the university. Then they melted the statue in a furnace finance is a big vessel. What a strange thing, said the overseer. Overseer means supervisor of the workmen at the foundry. Foundry is a workshop for casting metals. This broken lead heart will not melt in the furnace. We must throw it away. So they threw it on the dust heap where the dead swallow was also lying. Bring me the two most precious things in the city, said God to one of his angels. And the angel brought him the leaden heart and the dead bird. You have rightly chosen, said God, for in my garden of paradise this little bird shall sing forever more, and in my city of gold the happy prince shall praise me. That means the bird and the happy prince both have reached the heaven in God's kingdom, and the God decided to keep them in his kingdom. So in this way we come to the end of this chapter. Thank you and have a nice day.